Ah, so you'd like to cast real magic spells, would you? Well, you better start by watching this video. Hi and welcome back to Real World Magic, where we make your life more magical. My name's Neil Trigger, I'm going to be your magical host, and today we're talking about real magic spells. Spells are the extension of yourself into the world. It's how you exert your will and a great way to get what you want and need. Of course, there are people who say, you can't do magic for personal gain, and still others who say, anything bad you send out will come back to you ×3. I guess the same thing works for good as well. I don't know. I'm not sure the maths are too accurate on that, but in this video I'm going to talk to you about casting spells. How do you do it? Well, the best way, as I mentioned in this video, is to compose your very own spell. Your own will is the thing that we want to capture here, and we need to express ourselves and our own inventiveness. The reason I think some spells work is because it allows you to focus your mind, and not just your conscious mind either. The spellcaster, that's you by the way, creates an idea of what they want or want to banish, and the spell is a symbol of how to achieve it to the unconscious mind. I mentioned in my video about how to get real magical powers that symbols are the way the unconscious mind communicates not only with itself but also with the conscious mind. And so if you want something and you want to employ your unconscious mind to help, use symbols. The unconscious mind is incredibly powerful. It's what controls your heart rate, your blinking rate, your breathing rate, and all of the other things you don't think about on a day-to-day basis. Semiology, the study of symbols, is very important in spell work. You might see spell books and herb books and crystal encyclopedias and all that jazz talking about colour charts and numerology. It's all symbols. This or that tarot card means X or Y. It's all symbols. The reason we do spells isn't just to cast spells on people or things. The Real Wizard, and for more information about Real Wizards, check out my video linked up here. The Real Wizard focuses on becoming wise and using his wisdom for the benefit of himself and others. Remember that witches do the same too. So if you want to have real world magical powers, you must, absolutely must, understand this. So what do you need to do to cast a spell? Well, different people have preferences for what kind of magic they want to do, of course. Some people like fire, others like water, earth or air. In other words, they feel an affinity with one of the 4 natural elements. Of course, I prefer fire, but that doesn't mean that I also don't feel an affinity with others at times. I tend more towards fire than the other 3, but I will still use water in potions or herbs from the earth in other spells. I know, I'm coming up to 40 years old. What's a grown man, moreover an educated adult, father, homeowner and responsible full-time employee, doing believing in magic? Well, I believe in the power of the mind. I became a qualified hypnotherapist with the American Board of Hypnotherapy back in 2008, and since then, and even before I graduated, all the way back to 1998, I've known the power of the unconscious mind. I even studied for a PhD in psychology. This is, for me, all about psychology and science. Now, it's my firm belief that magic is simply science that hasn't been widely identified or fully understood yet, and as such, electricity, mechanical human flight, and even the humble transistor radio were all considered magical at some point in history. Remember when Steve Jobs called the iPad magical? How about if we have the power within us to cast magic? Real magic. I'm not talking about tricking people, but I am talking about doing things that you understand well and better than others. Now, the problem with magic is that by having an understanding of how it works, as with doing magic tricks, things stop feeling magical. And that sucks. I don't want you thinking that that does not suck, because it really, really does. It sucks hard. And I'm a card magician, and when I see most magicians doing a card trick, I think, yep, I know how that's done. The magic wanes a bit. With cardistry, as with real magic, you can appreciate skill and the beauty of things being done well. The same is kind of also true in real magic. The main difference here is that there is no trick, it's real. But once you know how magic works, it kind of stops feeling like magic. At least it becomes more inevitable. For me, I still love seeing the results. So let's cast something, shall we? Now I'm planning on doing a stay-at-home, socially distant, hour-long spellathon, and I just know that witches and wizards across the globe on different paths to mine are going to find what I'm saying quite disruptive, annoying, upsetting, irritating in some way. They're going to dismiss what I'm saying, and they're going to expand the benefits of worshipping this or that ancient pagan god, doing this or that practice, worshipping a goddess or whatever. But to me, it's all kind of nonsense. I see gods as symbols of things within me. I don't believe that there is a god, any god, like at all. Any god that created coronavirus is cruel, and if I'm wrong and there is a god, I don't want to love him. He sucks. He works in mysterious ways, well perhaps, but his mysterious ways are causing pain and suffering to millions, so he can go to hell. Pardon the pun. So I see gods as symbols. Why might prayers work on occasion? Well, because of belief in the god that you're praying to. Why do spells seem more potent to me than prayer? Well, with a spell, it's more involved, it's dirtier, it's more complex and personal than sitting at your bedside with your hands together. That kind of praying is asking for something, whereas spells are more personal, more involved, and it's making it happen. It's using your unconscious mind and working out scientifically how to push things forward in your unconscious mind. So start by working out a symbol for what you want, but remember that there are no right or wrong answers here. If you want to use a bucket to symbolise wealth, that's fine. It might just be that bucket to you means loads of money, like bucket loads. But again, that's my symbol, and I implore you not to follow other people's spells, whether they're mine or anyone else's, whether you get them from a book or the internet. Their symbols will never be as strong as those that you make for yourself. I really hope you understand what I mean by this, and if you're still struggling, let me know in the comments and I'll do my very best to help you out. Remember that while there are limitations of what is physically possible, there's a lot that you can influence in your life. You are the only thing that you can really influence in any significant way, but by changing yourself, the world and people will change around you. So make it a good one. So simply go and start casting, and I wish you luck. Let me know how you get on in the comments, and if you like this video, please click the like button, which looks like this, and if you want to find out more of this kind of thing, click the subscribe button and ding that bell. By dinging the bell, it tells YouTube that it was a good video and more people should see it. Remember, you can take part in my next video by recording yourself saying "Stay magical" and uploading it to YouTube and sending me the link, or connecting with me on Facebook. All of the links are down in the description. That's it for this week, my magical chums, but until next time, as always,
hey you, stay magical.
Stay magical.
stay magical. By dinging the bell, it tells YouTube that it was a good button. It's not a good button. What am I talking about?
Please subscribe to Real World Magic.